Yes, good morning to you. As you rightly said, the Minister Ronald Lamola telling us that the aim is to become self-sustainable for the foreseeable future for correctional facilities across the country. I was also asked the question a little bit earlier about which offenders are allowed to participate in these projects. An official told me the idea and the hope is that all offenders will at some point be allowed to participate in projects like this. It will depend on the time they have spent in incarceration and some of the programs they've been through before they join up in programs. We're standing right now inside a classroom that was built by offender labor and where teaching is now happening. And that is the kind of thing that they're aiming for. We're actually very fortunate to have a facilitator at the Kuyasa Combined Learning Center, Sheldon Botha, who's going to talk to us a little bit. He's a facilitator, which is, in other words, is a teacher, and he teaches some classes here, life sciences and Afrikaans. Sheldon, thank you so very much for speaking to us. It's an honor to meet you. First of all, why is it important for you to participate in a project like this?
First of all, many offenders, they had the chance, but they didn't make use of the chance to educate themselves, and therefore they lack the capability, or they aren't capable of providing for themselves. That's why they participate in crime and end up in places in the facility like this. And that is why I feel it is necessary for offenders and for all in general to educate themselves, and that is why projects like this are very necessary for them, so that they can be able to, when they go out and then they reintegrate into society, that they will be able to manage their own lives and stand on their own 2 feet.
You're one of the offenders that's making full use of this opportunity. What has it been like for you to interact with other offenders and to be able to help them learn? Because like you say, many have never had the opportunity to even finish school. So what is it like for you personally to maybe see growth in someone?
On a personal level, I feel very honored to be able to teach other offenders. And for me, I am very glad that there are offenders that once allows me to teach them, especially in life orientation and Afrikaans, because we struggle to communicate, or we struggle to understand and read, and that is why it's very important for me, and that is why I find it very, I enjoy educating other offenders.
What is the thing that you enjoy most about it?
Is to be able to teach others, and to be able to just to see them that they really are excited. They start to develop goals for themselves, and that's in order for them to give themselves direction. Because we all need direction, and therefore here is where we learn, here is where we start. This is the starting point, because after we leave this facility, we must know that there is somewhere that I am heading. So here is where we teach them that there is a direction for each and every one. It's just up to them to find their own 2 feet and find their own goal and focus on that goal and stay on track, that's all.
And for your journey, what was it like for you being incarcerated and then finally joining a program like this and becoming a facilitator or then a teacher?
Okay, when I came to prison, I took one of two choices. I had a choice: either I would become part of the negative or part of the positive. And I decided that this is not where my life is going to end, because this is a new start for me. Whether I have committed a crime, yes, but I am not going to leave it at that. I want to improve myself. I want to better myself. I want to be a better person for my community. I want to be a role model for my community. I want to be the change that people want to see. I want to be the change that I want to see.
And we're standing inside a building that was constructed by offenders themselves. What is it also like to know that this was constructed by fellow offenders?
It's remarkable to see what the guys are capable of, their abilities, and that they just lost track. That is why they ended up in places like this, just to see the talent that they have. That's very, very remarkable, honestly.
And maybe just lastly, what is the dream for your future, for yourself?
I set 3 goals for myself. I know that I can reach one of them. I studied welding engineering. I also participated in a RAMS training, that is computer. There's only just the ground level for IT. And I also I wrote 2 albums. I'm also a writer, a songwriter, and a singer. So that is what I have in store for myself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was a privilege to speak to you. Sheldon Botha telling us that he has made full use of the opportunities that has been granted to him at the Oudtshoorn Correctional Facility. And in the last 2 years, he's become a facilitator or a teacher, helping his fellow offenders to also make a change in their lives and hopefully for the better. And for him, this has certainly been a stepping stone for him on his path to a new life.
Mariska Botha there, bringing us the latest on that sustainability project by Correctional Services.